to get over to Cody Matz. Give him plenty of time talking about the forecast today because not so much for the core of the metro, Cody, but you're tracking a few things this morning.
Yeah, it's mostly a southern Minnesota thing. And speaking of Hastings, here's the Mississippi River Bridge in Hastings. And, well, the thing I wanted to point out is the fact that roads here are dry. Moisture hasn't quite made it far enough north to actually get to the Hastings neck of the woods, but it's not far away. Our Saquon is in southern Minnesota. And Florida Director Thomas, you want to give me a heads up of where Say is? This is 35. She's on there somewhere. I'm assuming south of Faribault. Right around Faribault is what it sounds like. So you can see the rain. The important part of this is this isn't snow, and that's been the general theme overnight and real early this morning. Now, we can't rule out a few snowflakes moving forward, but this is not going to be any sort of big thing by any stretch. And in fact, all temperatures in southern Minnesota have generally stayed at or above freezing. A lot of 33s, 34s, and 35s, which means even if we get snowflakes, it's going to be really tough for that to do anything. For the metro overall, we're dry. 39 degrees at the moment. There is a rainy mix in the extreme south metro and points southward, which is likely where it will stay. So if you're watching from the 494 corridor and points northward, you're going to be dry the rest of the morning. The far southern metro, especially south of Minnesota River Valley, you may squeeze out some very light rain or a couple of snowflakes, but it won't be much. That afternoon bus stop, we'll see at least a little bit of sun, especially the farther north you go. We'll stay gray in southern Minnesota, temperatures topping out in those lower 40s. There's a 39 in the metro, 20s and teens in northern Minnesota where it's been clear. The rest of the upper Midwest, it's a lot of 30s, 40s, and 50s, so quite mild, especially from Kansas City to St. Louis. On the other side of a warm front and the other side of the overall storm system as it continues to spin to our south, there's the lone band of moisture setting up from west to east just to the south of the Twin Cities metro overall. It's waxed and waned. Looks like we may try to get another little shove to the north. So as this kind of fell back to the south, it looks like it may kind of wane its way back a little farther to the north, but still expecting it to generally stay south of 212, south of 494, and south of 94 overall. So may edge a little farther north in the metro. It's made it to Lakeville and Jordan. We may make it to Burnsville and southern Shakopee. And that's probably going to be about as far north as it's going to go. Generally speaking, it's been rain. There could still be a little bit of a transition to a couple of wet snowflakes or a few sleet pellets. We've had reports of kind of a rain-sleety combo in some cases in southern Minnesota, but this isn't going to mount anything. A dusting may be a stretch. It's possible, but it's certainly a stretch. Other than that, it's more of a rain-snow mix with things just staying wet. Notice, though, this afternoon, lots of sunshine north of the metro. The metro will be split in terms of cloud cover. So this afternoon, there's the sun, there's the cloud cover. We're done with the moisture easily by the lunch hour, and so it'll be quiet this afternoon. A lot of upper 30s and low 40s, 42 today in the Twin Cities. We're back to about the freeze mark in the Twin Cities, and then cloud cover actually rolls northward. So that 32 right about midnight, give or take, and then temperatures actually rising a few degrees in the overnight hours, and that will stretch our legs to the low 40s again tomorrow, as we'll stay pretty gray overall, but at least it'll be mellow. We'll be dry area wide. One exception will be parts of far northern Minnesota may squeeze out a couple of little light sprinkles or a couple of light rain showers as temperatures in the upper 30s, low 40s once again. We'll try to squeeze out a 50 on Thursday. If we don't get there Thursday, we should get there this weekend. We'll talk that 70 forecast at 5:49. We're taking a break. We're back right after this.